am so freaking nervous about this one. Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I finally got the GLAMLITE and Kiss collection. Now I say finally because I have been talking about this thing on my channel since they started teasing it, telling you guys how badly I wanted it. Like, you guys, I am a fan of Kiss. I am not a diehard rabid fan at all. Like, I am somebody who likes to, you know, rock and roll all night and part of every day.
All right, I like to rock and roll all night, part of every day.
But I am a fan, and honestly, of just like rock and roll in general, so I just loved the idea of this. And Kiss is famous for merchandising a whole lot of stuff. Like, they have Russian nesting dolls, and famously they even have the Kiss coffin. So their fans are crazy people in the best way possible. And I was just really hoping that this collection would do it justice. And when I saw the teasers, I was really excited. I'm a little bit less excited now, but let's get into all of it. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you the whole collection. I'm going to show you swatches of the eyeshadow palette, and also they came out with some bases. I'm going to show you swatches of those as well. And then we are going to do a look, and then I'm going to give you my first impressions. So I do want to talk about a couple of things regarding my experience first. So this collection went live on Friday the 15th. I received this on Monday the 18th. Now they are based in Santa Clarita, California, and I am in Baltimore, Maryland. That is impressive shipping time, y'all. Like, my order shipped out less than 12 hours after I ordered it. And when I say shipped out, I mean it was on the road. I am crazy impressed with that. So kudos to GLAMLITE. The checkout process was extremely easy. All of that is great. Let me tell you about something that's not so great. Now, I made a mistake that I'm going to say is 96% my fault. 4% I'm going to put on GLAMLITE, but 96% I'm putting on myself. When I first saw the collection, the homepage, this is what I saw for all of the items that were included in there. We've got a mirror, we've got a palette, we've got bases, we've got a bag, we've got lips, we've got all this great stuff. So I was ready to click that buy button the second it went on sale, which I did. I clicked full collection, PR box, and I was in and out in less than 60 seconds, and I was pumped. But when I received my package, I noticed that there was one notable item missing, and that was the beautiful lenticular motion Kiss bag. Now, here's the thing. On the front page where they show the full collection, the bag is included. On the listing that says the words full collection, the bag is not included. Now, even if you scroll down in the listing, it says the bag is not included. I admit I didn't see this, so I was disappointed when I didn't receive the bag. Does anybody else think it's a little weird that it says the words full collection and the bag wasn't included? Maybe that's on me. I'm willing to take most of that responsibility. But the other time that I did purchase a full collection from GLAMLITE, it was the Scooby-Doo collection, and it did come with the bag. So, like, that's why I guess I'm a little bit confused. One of my friends told me that the bag is never included in the full collection. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thrown off, but I'm a little disappointed I didn't get it. Am I going to go back and purchase the bag? Unlikely at this point, because I am on a low buy and I still felt a little bit guilty buying this. Now, I did pay after using an affiliate code from one of my friends. I paid $102 for the whole collection. Let's get into all of it. First things first, it comes in this massive, like, guitar case. I think this is amazing. I love this packaging, and I love that it's collectible too. And the reason I say it's collectible is because it opens like magnetic here, and you get you get this big picture of Kiss, which I think is kind of rad, okay? Oh, let's move this. Now, I will say all of the packaging had a lot of thought put into it, and I'm somebody who enjoys packaging, so I appreciate that. This, I guess I got it greasy somehow. This is what the eyeshadow palette came in. So again, we've got this like cool collectible box, which I think is awesome. And then when you pull that open, you have the palette. This is the eyeshadow palette. You can see it does have the lenticular motion there. I love that so freaking much, and I love this too. I'm sorry, but number one gold record award winning group of all time. I think that's awesome, but I love the outside of this packaging. It's amazing. So when you open the palette, the first thing that you see is one of the kind of vellum sheets, and I love this. It's so hard to see, but it does have like flames on it, and it's got the Kiss logo. What if I hold it up against my background? You can see it there, but here is the eyeshadow palette. I have to admit, I was really pumped when I saw this final color story, like when they teased it on their Instagram page, because I think it's just very easy to assume they would go black, white, and red when it comes to Kiss, but I think they did a good job of grabbing the makeup. Like, I'm sorry, but Mr. Catman over here, he has some green on him, and there's red, and there's berry tones. Like, I think that this really encompasses Kiss. The only thing that I'm like mildly disappointed about, I can't really see, but okay, you can sort of see it on my shirt. The Animalized logo down here, they did do some stuff with fiery colors, with yellow, orange, red. And there is a red in here, but there's no like yellow or orange. This is a very cool toned palette. I really like this color story though. I really, really do. Let me see how many mattes versus shimmers. So this is a 20 pan palette. There are 9 shimmers and 11 mattes. I think that's a really good range of, mattes to shimmers. We also get, this is one of the other things I was most excited about. So this is the black and white stage makeup base. Again, thought put into the packaging, which is really, really cool. I used to use stuff like this all the time. Do you guys remember back in the day, Kryolan stage paint or Kryolan liquid paints? What were they called? Aqua paints, where you would drop some liquid in, and I would use those as a base all the time. Those got dried out. I'm happy to have these again, and they're pretty cool. So like, I'm really pumped to actually have these, and I feel like a lot of people were not excited about this. This was one of the things I was most excited about. Then we have the Lick It Up kit. This is the Lick It Up lip kit. We have a red lip and a red pencil, okay? And that's fine, that's great. I will say the lip itself is really cool because embossed on it we have little lightning bolts and the Kiss logo. I don't think this is going to be anything super unique to my collection, but I have never used a GLAMLITE lip product, so I am curious to try this out today. I'm not sure how like a heavy, dark, berry toned or jewel toned eye is going to look with a brick red lip, but we're going to find out today. Then there is the Platform Lash Duo. So we do have a primer and a mascara. I have never used their mascaras before or anything like that by them. I'm curious to try this. I'm not like jonesing for it, but I am curious. And then finally, we have the mirror. So this is the Kiss Army mirror. I actually do like that they gave a nod to the Kiss Army. So if you guys don't know, the Kiss Army are like Kiss's fan base, really, and they are a rabid bunch of people in the best way possible. So I like that there was a little nod to them, but it's like a hefty mirror. I will say, I know this sounds so dumb to complain, but like, I have fairly small hands. This is not comfortable to hold because it is so flat. So that's not the most comfortable, but it doesn't matter. We do have the logos of the 4 Kiss members on the mirror, which I think is really cool. I have to admit, this is probably one piece I'm not going to personally keep because I don't really use, like, I have handheld mirrors. I have plenty of handheld mirrors I already use, which is why I'm very much keeping this in the packaging. Let's be honest, I'm keeping everything in the packaging. But Linda, why did you say that you were nervous? I've never put any of this on my face yet. Why am I nervous? Because of swatches. So here's how I wanted to do my swatches of the eyeshadow palette. I wanted to test out that black and white base and how the eyeshadow would look on my bare skin. So I did a stripe of the white base, a stripe of bare skin, and then a stripe of the black base, and I did the swatches over that. You guys, I'm not impressed with these swatches at all. The mattes did not swatch well for me. They were, almost all of them were patchy and they just didn't go on well, and I had to go over it like 5 times to get full opacity, and a lot of them were still patchy. The shimmers, I wanted them to feel creamier. I wanted them to feel like other GLAMLITE formulas. So the other GLAMLITE palettes that I have are from the Scooby-Doo collection. I have 2 of the palettes, the Rut-Row Raggy and the Creeps and Crawls, and I have the Michaela Part 2 palette. Those are all so beautiful, and the shimmers are so creamy and they go on so metallic, and the mattes are all beautifully pigmented. This was not that same quality for me. Now, I say this in almost every video where I'm testing new eyeshadow, that swatches on your arm do not equal how it's going to look on your face. So I do hope that it surprises the hell out of me and looks amazing on the eyes and is easy to work with, but I am nervous because it did not work well in swatches. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's do a look with this palette. I don't quite know what I'm going to do yet, but I do know I want to use one of these bases. I think I'm probably going to use the black base on my lid, and that's where all the shimmers are going to go. And then in my crease, I'm not going to put the base because the shimmers, or the mattes especially, did not like that base. So you know what? Let's go ahead and start with this base so we can get this on. I did really enjoy how these dried down on my arm, I will say. They dried down very matte and like they were easily pigmented and they weren't cracking and they didn't take a long time to dry. So I'm taking a fluffy brush and a very, very little bit of this, okay? And I'm going to apply this. Okay, I did not take enough. This is very interesting because on my arm, this was solid opaque black. And on my eyes, and I used this same exact brush. It's looking a little bit different, but we'll see. I'm going to build it up. Also, I will say that when cleaning your brushes after using these, use an oil-based like makeup brush cleanser, or I just use straight up olive oil, and that got all the pigment out. I keep like messing up and like smacking my face with this. And of course, I'm not just smacking my face with any color, it's black. All right, I'm fine with that for now because again, the black is not like the main color. It's gonna be what I pack on top of it. So I am going to grab a fluffy brush and we are going to start in with these mattes. Maybe I'll do 2 different looks. I actually don't think that's a bad idea because I think I want to do one look that is like, I think I want to stick with like the Catman aisle here and then maybe one on this bottom and do like a full red eye. So I'm going to dip my fluffy brush into the Catman. There is a little bit of kick up, but it's not a ton, to be honest. This is just an army green, and this is going to go in the crease on this one eye. Now I will say there are not a lot of light mattes in this palette whatsoever, so it is very smoky. And it's going to be difficult to do a look that is not smoky, to be honest, but still pretty. So this isn't going on too badly, actually. It's not even patchy at all, to be honest. It's going on okay. Looks very dark though, which is kind of crazy. Like, doesn't it almost still look black? But this is like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's kind of clearly like an olive green, but it's pulling very dark. Again, though, I will say it is not going on patchy at all on the eyes. God, I hope that that's the way it is for the whole palette. I really do. All right, deeper into the crease, we are going into Lick It Up with more of a pencil brush. That one had a little more kickback to it, but it's not bad. And I want this to be nice and deep in the crease, and I'm hoping that this, you can see the difference in color. Yeah, you can. You can see the deepness there. I'm going to be going back and forth, by the way, and touching up the Catman where I need to, which again is that like olivey green color, because I want that to stand out. I'm even going to take this same brush and I'm going to dip into Black Diamond, which is a matte black. I'm taking a very little bit of that because if I remember correctly, this is one shade that actually was pretty pigmented. There were a few mattes that were pretty damn good right off the bat. Okay, now that we have that base, I am so curious to watch this back when I'm editing it because I can definitely see that this is like a slight green tone and I can see that it's deeper in the crease, but I feel like on camera it looks like black and black and black. Now, I can't decide whether I want to dip into Rock and Roll All Night.
Part of every day.
Or Alive. Because Alive definitely has this blue tinge to it. Rock and Roll All Night is a perfect green. You know what? Let's do both. Let's do both. So first, I'm going to start with Rock and Roll All Night. And I'm using my finger for these. This is like an emeraldy green. I hope you can see that. And I'm packing this over that black base. That is a nice shimmer. So I hope you can see that any eyeshadow, by the way, any black base will do this kind of thing for you. But I will admit that I do enjoy like the method of this one, where it's like in that little tube, and I think it's actually really nice. That shimmer went over there really nicely. And now I'm taking actually the same finger, I just cleaned it off, and I'm dipping into Alive. This is a much deeper color, but it's got that like, it's got a blue-green shift. It's very pretty, and this is gonna go on this like outer. Oh yeah, you can definitely see the difference in color. I was a little worried it would look too similar, but it doesn't to me. Ooh. Oh, I like that actually. I really like that. Yeah, okay, so I'm going back into the Catman. And again, I'm just gonna I'm dusting it lightly here, but I also wanna bring this very lightly under the eyes because this is gonna be a smoky look. It's hard to get away from that, but I don't wanna bring this terribly low. And then I'm going back into Black Diamond, which is the black color, obviously. And I'm just smudging that into this lower lash line. All right, so this is the first eye. You guys, I have to admit, I feel like a huge sigh of relief coming out because, again, the swatches were not good. They were not good at all. I genuinely was worried I was going to shit all over this palette. As of right now, I am happy with this. I am happy with this look, and that's actually kind of sexy. It's actually kind of sexy. I still need to do my eyeliner, the mascara. I'm going to do the mascara on both eyes at the same time. But for now, I'm pretty happy with this. But let's go ahead and move on to look number 2. This one is proving to be a little more difficult because I don't know if I want like straight up red in the crease, but I'm going to do it. It makes me nervous because red always stains my skin because I have like sensitive skin, I guess. So I'm going into the Demon, which is red, and tapping this off a lot. I can always add more. And this is just going to go, I'm going to start light and I can always go back in for more, but I'm going to put this in the crease. This color is one that was definitely pigmented off the bat, and I was happy with this even in swatches. GLAMLITE has definitely been using a lot of red eyeshadow and stuff lately, haven't they? And I feel like, do that many people really wear a lot of red eyeshadow? I certainly do not, if I'm being honest. But I'm curious to kind of like experiment today, I guess. I want this to kind of blend into an almost pink up here, just to really get that blend down. All right, similar to how we did the other eye, I'm going to Love It Loud, which is this kind of like blackened maroon color. And I'm tapping off the excess, and this is going to go deeper in the crease to hopefully deepen this look up. Yeah, that's a nice color. That goes very nicely with the red, actually, because it's picking up those tones. I like that. Okay. You know, while I'm here, I'm just going to go back into a little bit of the Demon, and similar to the other eye, I'm going to put this under the eye. God, red under the eye always makes me so nervous. Then I'm going back into Black Diamond, just how we did the other one, just to deepen up that outer corner and also push that into the lash line on the lower lid. Now it's time for shimmers. I am going to do 2 again. So I'm going to start with Firehouse, which is this pink red, and then I'm going into Axe. This is so beautiful. This is like a dark burgundy sparkle. Oh my God, I'm really excited about that one. So we're going to start with Firehouse. This is a proper pink, and pressing that over that black base. That's pretty. It's actually picking up more red than pink because of that base, but it definitely still has a highly like pink tone to it. Very pretty. So now going into Axe, which is so pretty. It's like, it almost looks like brown in a way, but it's not. I'm hoping that the red, ooh, okay. So the red sparkle is not picking up as much right now. That's very interesting. That's very interesting because I thought that for some reason all the red tones would help pick it up. It almost just looks like, it almost just looks black right now. That's very weird. But still not bad, right? So before I go and finish the eyes completely, I want to take this color, which is the Spaceman, which is a shimmery white with definite like blue undertones to it. And I'm going to take a pencil brush and I want to pop this on the inner corner of both eyes. This color is one I was super unimpressed with in swatches. Like, I had a hard time getting it to show up. I'm having a hard time right now, I will say. It's there. It's definitely there, but I am packing it on. And packing it on, you can see it. But I don't know. There's always a part of me that's like, should I have to pack it on this hard? I'm also going to go ahead and take a bigger brush and dip into that same color and see if I can use this. I can see it on the brush. Let's see if I can see it on my face if I use it as a highlight. You can. It definitely has glitter in it though, so I will say that. It doesn't seem to be going everywhere, but it's like a glitter highlight. So if you use it as a highlight, but I think it's kind of cute. That's a lot of glitter. All right, I'm going to hop off camera real quick and I am just going to do my eyeliner and I'll be right back and we're going to test the mascara. All right, I was originally thinking of going for one of my Kaleidos liners, but I felt like this look just needed like black. So I am not used to using a mascara primer, but we're going to try this. So this is the Platform Lash Ultimate Height Mascara Duo. This is the primer. This I'm imagining is going to be white, and it is. These are plastic or rubber bristles as opposed to hair bristles. I usually prefer hair type bristles, but we will see. I will say it's very hard to show, but the mascara primer does have my lashes looking quite long already, so I'm impressed with that. Are you supposed to let primer dry before putting on the black version? Oh God, they don't tell you. Okay, well, how do these feel? They're a little bit wet, but not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the mascara. This again is a bristle, I'm sorry, like a rubber brush, but it does have a little bit of an hourglass shape to it. All right, this did work nicely. I will say that my lashes are very long. This is not thickening for me. This is more lengthening, but it does look nice. It really does. Like, I will give it to that. This I'm nervous about because I would never pair a red lip with this look. Usually if I do a smoky eye, I prefer like a really slutty nude lip, but we're gonna try this. So first I'm going to start out with, I don't know if this has a specific name, but the red lip liner. It looks very nice. This is like, I believe, a plastic component, but I'm imagining that you can sharpen it. It doesn't appear to be twist up or anything like that, but we do have a sharpener on the end. So I just wanted to line the outer edges, and I kind of filled in the corners a bit. It does feel nice. It does feel creamy, and it went on well. This lipstick, though, is like, it's so strange because the lip liner is like a perfect blue red, and this is very much like a brick red. It's got like brown elements in it, but let's see. I'm assuming that this is going to be a very matte lip, or I'm nervous about this one because the color does not look like my favorite. All right, you guys, here is the final look. I did 2 different eye looks. I used the mascara, I used the base, I used the lip. The only thing I didn't use was the hand mirror, but let's talk about how I feel about this collection in general. So far, I am, the main phrase that keeps coming to mind is relieved. I am so relieved because, guys, I'm on a low buy. I'm being very careful with how I spend my money on makeup right now. And I spent, you know, over $100 on this collection, which I know in the grand scheme of things, like when it comes to the makeup world, where there are palettes out there selling for more than $100 and I'm getting a collection for $100, I know that that's not, you know, extreme or overpriced by any means, but still, I was like, what if I hate it? And when I did those swatches yesterday, I did them yesterday as soon as it came in, I like almost cried. I'm not gonna lie, I almost cried because I was like, this is just so disappointing. On my eyes, all the colors performed very well, and they are just really nice looking. Now, is this the best quality palette I've ever tried? I'm going to say no. I think that there are other indie brands, like I'm going to use Nomad Cosmetics for an example, Unearthly Cosmetics for an example, where the shimmers are so vibrant and the mattes are so pigmented and beautiful. And I don't feel like this is necessarily that same quality, but it's good. It's really good, and I enjoy both of these looks. Like, okay, tell me, which one do we like more? Do we like the Catman? Do we like this like green smoky eye? And I actually kind of don't mind this with the lip. Or do we like the Demon? I very rarely wear red shadows. How do we feel? What are we thinking? Put your votes down below, but I am happy with this. The lipstick actually feels very nice and creamy. It really does. It's not like it's a matte lip, but it doesn't feel drying. I was impressed with the pencil. You know what? Is there anything I don't like? I think that all of this collection is really good. Wow. Okay. Oh my God. Also, okay, so I would never lie to you guys. I have no reason to lie to you guys. Like, especially, this is not my full-time job. I'm just here for fun and to give you guys makeup reviews and all of that. But at the same time, I don't ever want to come on here and completely shit on a product. You know, I know that there's a lot of research and work that goes into makeup, but I'm always going to be completely honest with you as well. And I was worried yesterday. I was actually on my couch stressing because I was like, is this going to be my first incredibly negative review on YouTube? And no, it is not. So that is it. That is the full GLAMLITE X Kiss makeup collection. Guys, please tell me, what do you think of this collection? Are you interested in picking any of it up? Even if you're not a Kiss fan, like, is the palette appealing to you? Are these bases appealing to you? I really do like these bases. I really, really do. I'm going to get a lot of use out of those, especially like, this palette though is a great color story, right? Like, I really enjoy it. Okay, good. Oh, I'm so excited. But that's it. If you enjoyed this video, I would love if you give it a thumbs up. I worked very, very hard on this video, and it would just mean a whole lot to me if you showed your support. You all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all Glitter Fallout. And as always and forever, you are super freaking rock stars who can party all night and part of every day if you want to. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Also, I really missed an opportunity by not using Love Gun because it is one of my favorite Kiss songs and also spawned one of my favorite movie moments of all time.
See, Ronnie is the gun.
Yeah.